COVID-19 pandemic has caused an unprecedented crisis for the world's airline. Government around the globe has imposed travel bans, lockdown, shutdown to enforce social distancing measures in the effort to prevent the further rapid spread of coronavirus disease and safeguard the effectiveness of national healthcare system. The travel and hospitality industry in general and airlines are in dire straits. More than 60% of the world's commercial aircraft have been grounded. The International Air Transport Association IATA in 2020 expect that the COVID-19 crisis will see airline passengers revenue drop by 314 billion USD in 2020, which would represent a 55% decline compared to 2019. The estimate is based on a scenario with severe travel restriction lasting 3 months. It could be even worse with extended restriction or in the case of a new virus outbreak, even new restriction. Coronavirus outbreak has been highly disruptive for the aviation sector, threatening the survival and sustainability of airlines. So how did the airline manage to make profit during the pandemic of COVID-19? There are 3 main points or initiatives that makes airline make some profit during the outbreak of COVID-19. First, cargo to the rescue. While consumer-oriented shippers like FedEx, UPS, Amazon have their own dedicated fleet to transport cargo, passenger airlines have always carried the overflow cargo by loading shipping container into the belly of the aircraft. It has changed with the decline in passenger traffic and cargo-only flights are pursued by passenger airlines to generate cash flow. With the widespread of cancellation of Americans' airline flight to Asia and Europe, Americans introduced cargo flight only after a 35 years hiatus in March 2020. Several airlines now operate cargo-only flight to generate cash flow. Second point is airline schedule. The schedule defines the airline's primary core product that is offered for corporate and leisure customers. It defines the services offered worldwide and comes before the fare management and revenue management. Airline schedule are planned 6 to 12 months in advance based on past performance and market data. In a COVID-19 and post-COVID-19 world, adaptive schedules are transforming the velocity and continuous feedback loop for schedule development. Because of the pandemic, airlines are having to re-evaluate their hub and spoke network, the market they serve, how often they fly, and what makes up their fleet. Table 1 and 2, which compare 2019 and 2020, show how the COVID-19 pandemic will affect airline schedules. Table 1 shows December 2019's planned capacity as a percentage of the schedule that was published in September. This is how things usually work. A schedule that was finalized 4 months ago during the planning period is about the same as the schedule that was followed in December. The plan versus the actual schedule data for 2020, on the other hand, looks very different. This shows the airline industry was doing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Table 2 shows that 1 to 2 months before departure, most of these airlines cut the number of seats by 50%. Third point or initiative is cash flow for survival is an opportunity to reinvent the business. When the revenue pipeline evaporates, conserving the cash to keep the light on is the number 1 priority. The office of the Chief Financial Officer at the companies in the travel value chain must establish a liquidity task force focused on managing the cash position. Besides actively managing the day-to-day cash flow, the task force should have a strategic focus, rapidly evaluate scenarios, prioritize initiatives, and execute the plan to maintain liquidity. This is not a one-time effort but a continuous process of scenario planning evaluation and execution of priorities. Figure 1 illustrates the workflow.